Royal Enfield as a brand, well known for the street bikes that they've built for many years, the Himalayan being their first venture into the adventure dual sport riding scene. And there's a lot of talk about the bike, especially here in America. A lot of people are curious about how good is it, right? It comes in at a really attractive price point, and you want to know, is it comparable to a BMW or KTM? And that's what we try to find out over the last 2 weeks. So I've been riding a Himalayan the last 2 weeks here in California. I brought you a little riding series with a bunch of riding tips that you will find on the website. And today I want to go over the bike a little bit. There's a lot of reviews and tests out there of guys riding the bike on the street, riding the bike on gravel roads. The nature of the bike being a dual sport bike, I really wanted to go off-road and put it to the test. A lot of talk about the Himalayan, especially in India. I've had a lot of feedback on my social media channels the last couple of days, and a lot of guys saying, well look, it's a cool bike, it's nice to look at, but it's not really an adventure bike. And after riding it for 2 weeks, I have to disagree. I was really impressed with how capable the bike was of riding some really rough rocks, logs, uphills, downhills. So I took it to some really challenging terrain, and the bike held up. Liability rise, and to ride the bike off-road, I found it extremely easy. I've been riding bigger adventure bikes, the BMWs, the KTMs, and to control the Himalayan was really no challenge for me. The bike is light, it's really nimble, it's easy to navigate, and I think that that's where its biggest strength lies. So let's get into some of the technical details. The Himalayan is equipped with a 411cc air-cooled engine. The entire bike's fuel injected, which makes the power delivery really smooth. The engine's a long stroke engine, which means that the bike is really torquey. There's a lot of bottom end, which, especially riding off-road, comes in handy when you're trying to climb up steeper hills or clear obstacles like logs and rocks. On the suspension side, you're looking at a 41mm telescopic fork in the front and a mono shock with a linkage in the rear. The setup feels more like a touring bike. It's a little bit soft, especially once you hit more technical off-road terrain, but as you can see in the clip, it's still plenty capable of taking some hard hits and making for a smooth ride. For me personally, I had a great time riding this bike. The first week I did a lot of street riding, just kind of explored, got a feel for the bike, and like I said, right away I felt at home on it. It was a really comfortable riding position. Being 6 foot tall, I was a little bit worried that I might be sitting down a little bit cramped, but that wasn't the case. Even for a tall rider, it's really comfortable. And then the last couple of days I really took it to the test in challenging off-road terrain, and that's where I really fell in love with the bike, because it was so easy to ride. It was a ton of fun. It didn't do anything funny, it didn't do anything crazy. As I said, the power of the bike is not ridiculously strong. It's a really smooth power delivery, so it doesn't really get you in trouble. You can make a mistake and you get away with it. It's not overly heavy for an adventure or dual sport bike, so from that side, for myself, it was a great bike. I really had a great time, and I think anyone that's looking into getting into adventure riding or dual sport riding, or even experienced riders that are just looking for a lighter bike, looking to have some fun, the Himalayan is definitely a good choice and a great bike to have. So now that we know what the Himalayan is capable of off-road, it was time to go out on the street, ride the bike, and I covered a lot of mileage around San Diego, and I had a really great time exploring, being able to hop off the street, hit some dirt trails, hit some backcountry roads, and just find new spots and then get back on. Gave me a great opportunity to just kind of have fun and enjoy the freedom of riding a dual sport adventure motorcycle. On the street, the Himalayan could do with a little bit more front brake. Riding off-road, it is nice to not have a super aggressive front brake setup. That's not what you want. On the street, a little bit more bite in the front would be nice. Overall, nothing to sweat about though. The bike was really easy to stop and control the moments that I had to, so it is not a big negative. A 411cc air-cooled engine is obviously not a fire breather, but with the torquey setup of the bike, it is really easy to get up to speed off a red light or when you're getting on the freeway. Top speeds of 80 miles an hour make it plenty fast enough to kind of go along with traffic, and you're definitely not in the way, which makes it nice, especially when you're riding in busier areas. So who is the Himalayan really made for? I always believe that there is a place for every bike in a certain category, and with the Himalayan you're definitely looking at the lightweight adventure bike scene, and I think it's a really great bike in that particular market. It doesn't come with all the modern day bells and whistles, the newest technology, but that's not why you buy a Royal Enfield. You get the Himalayan because you like the charm, you like the history of the brand, and it is a really good looking bike. It's really easy to ride if you're new to adventure biking, if you've ridden street all your life and you're looking to explore and you're looking to get into just a new form of riding. It is a great level bike. The price point is really attractive. It is plenty capable of riding off-road. You can commute to work, you can commute to school, you can go tour. I mean, you're getting 84 miles per gallon, which is a great range if you're looking for some longer distance travel. And I think looking at these points, any sort of those riders are really getting a lot out of the Himalayan. This is it, my Indian friends. This is my review of the Royal Enfield Himalayan. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys took something out of it, right? Like I said, there's a lot of talk about the bike in India, so I'm happy to chime in and give you my 2 cents. Let me know what you think. Send us an email, comment below, give us some feedback. We're looking forward to bringing more bike reviews, riding tips. Make sure you check out the Royal Enfield Himalayan riding tips that we have on the website. And thank you very much for being a follower of Motorbikes India. We really appreciate it, and we're looking forward to a lot of more content from myself here in California, and then eventually I'll make it to India and meet you guys there.